free to share anything we're doing. If you want to talk about something, let us know. We're just trying to spread some common sense in the theology area and get the gospel out to folks. We'd like to talk to you today about civility. And civility is something I see lacking quite a bit today. We see people who, for whatever reason, they don't like somebody or they disagree with somebody, and if something happens to that person, instead of being gracious, instead of, at least, not at the very least, just not saying anything, well, I've got to say something, and a lot of times it's very ungracious. We should always be gracious because it shows character. If you can't be gracious to a family or to somebody else, even if it's somebody who maybe they're not your favorite person or you disagree with them, you have some real character flaws and need some real work in that. We're called to love our neighbor. God doesn't say love your neighbor if you agree with them. Well, love your neighbor if they're nice or anything. He just says love your neighbor. Be gracious. We should always do that with anybody. I see it so much on social media. I've seen some of the meanest, nastiest, honoriest things said by people who claim to be Christians over things, and I don't understand it. It boggles my mind. We should always be civil. It's one of the things that's happened in our world today. We have such a uncivil discourse going on that everybody's at everybody's throat. People used to at least have differences, and they could at least sit down and talk in a civilized manner. But we seem to have lost that. I don't know what's going on, but I pray that we would get back to that. God calls us to love our neighbors regardless. Doesn't say if they agree with you or they vote your way or whatever. We're to love our neighbors. We are the ones, I'm going to tell you, I see folks talking about this uncivility and the dividedness of our nation. I'm just going to tell you now, if you're waiting for the news media to fix it, if you're waiting for politicians to fix it, if you're waiting for Hollywood to fix it, it's never going to get fixed. We're the ones that have to fix it. You and I, the normal, regular people, us, we've got to fix it. Because here's the thing, we got more in common than we have differences. And you know what? We can sit and talk about our differences in a civilized manner. Don't let these people push us to places we should never go. They don't even know you, and most of them could really care less about you. They just want your support every now and then. We need to love one another because it's truly us living in our communities that are going to lift one another up when there is disaster, when there is calamity, when things go wrong, or even rejoice with one another in the good times. It's us. We are the ones who have to be civil. And I pray today we could put away all this uncivil discourse, not giving way to it, not letting it push us in the directions that have us at each other's throats. Again, before you say something that might be a little less than nice to somebody, think about, is this going to help? Is this going to help civility? Is this going to help bring us together, or is it going to bring dividedness to us? You might want to think about those things. I pray today that God would bless and keep you this